These days, database management system provides many facilities, one of which includes the ability to read and write files from the file system. Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this lab, we will be going to learn the way to read and write files with the help of SQLMap. Before proceeding to further action, our first priority is to check whether the running backend DBMS user has file privileges or not. To get this, we will use the -- privileges switch in SQLMap. Now open a fresh terminal. Clear the previously used switch and then type -- privileges. As you can see, the user root has file privileges, and we can utilize this to read and write files from the injection if the file system permissions allow this. Always remember, MySQL runs a separate user account to read and write files to the file system in Linux, so there might be a problem while retrieving data. Reading files. Let's try to read a common file under XAMPP servers called index.php, which can be found within htdocs. As you notice, this is the file path of the index.php file. We will use the -- file read switch in SQLMap, followed by the full path of the file that we want to download. Now type file read and then mention the full path of the file which we want to read. This is the full path of the index.php file. Now type Y to download the mentioned file. SQLMap successfully reads the file and saves it for later usage. You can read this saved file using any text editor. Similarly, you can download the index.html from within the SQLi-Labs master directory. Reading files from SQLMap can be truly beneficial. Sometimes we can get direct database credentials from configuration files of a web application. Generally, for popular applications, the location of the configuration file is widely known. Writing files. We just saw how to read a file with SQLMap. Now let's discuss the file writing capability of SQLMap. As previously mentioned, if we have proper write access to a directory on the target server, then we can successfully upload or write a file. SQLMap provides the -- file write followed by the location of the local file to upload, and the -- file dest followed by the location of the file to write on the target server. For purposes of demonstration, I have created a test file locally with the content hello world, and saved it to the home directory. Now go back to the terminal. Now type -- file write switch and then drag the test file and drop it here. It will automatically load the file path of the test file. Now type -- file dest and then mention the file path of the web directory of the XAMPP server. As reported by SQLMap, we have successfully uploaded the file to the htdocs directory of the XAMPP server. Let's verify that by navigating the following URL. Sweet! The file is now live. Now, going one step ahead, let us upload a PHP one-liner backdoor shell through SQLMap. Actually, I do not know the actual location of our required file. So I am using locate command line utility to get the location of PHP reverse shell. Now let me change the directory to the PHP directory and list out the files and directories. Now copy this file to the Kali home directory. As you can notice, we have successfully copied this file to the Kali home directory. In order to work properly, we need to change some values. In this example, I am working with getRequest, so change the request value to get and save it. Similarly, here mention the file path of the shell.php file. Now mention the file path of the destination web directory. SQLMap reports that the upload is successful. Let's try to access the command shell and execute a few Windows commands like ipconfig, whoami. Upon navigating to the shell.php page, it will show us its usage. Here, I have to add only this parameter. Now it is ready. Now we have shell access. Let's verify it by running a few Windows commands. The writing file capability comes in very handy while uploading backdoor shells, phishing pages, and so on. So, keep in mind that, if there is an injection into a get parameter, then the maximum length of the file should be less than the size of the length of the URL that can be accepted by the web server. For Apache HTTPD, the default maximum URL length is 8 kilobytes, so files less than that can be uploaded with this trick. Although, penetration testers typically upload a small PHP script in the web directory of the web server, which can provide the functionality to upload more files to bypass the URL length limitation. If there are any queries related to this video, then mention them in my comments section.